It was 20 years ago today when the alarm sounded at Chernobyl, signaling the world's worst nuclear accident. The world, of course, didn't find out right away. The Soviets kept it a secret for days. The disaster, however, sent 50 tons of radioactive dust across a huge area, tens of thousands of square miles, and many experts say further than that. And tonight, the horrendous fallout is still very much with us. NBC's Preston Mendenhall went back to Chernobyl 20 years later.
20 years after the world's worst civil nuclear disaster, Mother Nature is about all that breaks the eerie silence around Chernobyl. While radiation levels have returned to normal in some parts of the 18-mile safety zone around the closed reactor, there are still plenty of areas off limits. The radiation varies wildly. Here it is elevated, but not too high. But if I walk over here just a couple of feet and put this down, it jumps 10 times. Part of the reason is this moss concentrates radiation. For 10 days in 1986, a cloud of radioactive particles spread over the surrounding region. A heavy dose of radiation has kept Alexander Nehayev, one of the first rescuers on the scene, in the hospital for years. And sisters Svetlana and Yulia, children at the time of the explosion, now have damaged thyroid glands. 4,000 children developed thyroid cancer caused by Chernobyl. More than 500,000 people were evacuated or took part in Chernobyl's cleanup. Now resettled, many complain of failing health. But there is a fierce debate over the long-term effects of Chernobyl. Recent UN reports say while radiation is linked to many disorders, most people received low doses of no lasting threat to their health. And radiation-related cancers will kill up to 9,000 people, far fewer than many predicted. American radiation expert Burton Bennett is an author of one UN report. He says the real problem is that the population affected by Chernobyl lives like it is dying.
They should think about their lifestyle. They should stop smoking, limit alcohol consumption.
But the UN reports have critics, too. The environmental group Greenpeace says the death toll will be much higher, 93,000. Even though there are safety questions, thousands of people still work in the exclusion zone on 2-week shifts. A wild horse population is thriving. And a few hardened locals like Granny Nastya have returned to a disaster zone where time stands still. Preston Mendenhall, NBC News, Chernobyl, Ukraine.